All right, thanks for tuning in once again for our thoroughbred horse racing coverage on Proline TV. Thanks for tuning in. Jon Hardoon from the Rikers and Seats joining us, of course, as always. How's it going, John?
Good. How are you?
Doing good?
Good.
And what I would like to do before we get started, because this is important, is I want to be able to demonstrate for our audience exactly what they would need to do if they are over on our horsepower, because they'll be over on horsepower and they haven't yet figured out how to get over to Proline. So I'm going to give them a little bit of a demonstration of exactly how they do that. So this way, in case they have no idea how to do it, this will make it easier for them.
Good, because I'm going to pay attention because I have no idea.
All right, so here we go. Okay, so you see us here. Here's our channel, Horsepower PSN. So let's just go down to the last show that we just did. So let's go ahead and do that. That was last week, of course. And there you go. We did Aqueduct last week. And that's not bad. We had 400 views. But you know what? We would like 400 views over on Proline TV. So let's say you're now inside and you're checking out the video over here. And by the way, I did have this little promo. This hopefully made it a lot easier. I put this in the beginning of our show last week. All right. So it says head on over to the new channel. Make sure to subscribe. The link is in the description area of this video. All right. So we scroll down. Now here's where the link is going to be. So this little more button. Okay. So for bonus coverage of Aqueduct, you must go to our new channel here. Actually, all you have to do, I'm pretty sure, is click this thing here, which is a YouTube video thing. And there you go. That's it. Now look, Proline TV.
Beautiful.
And now you're watching the entire show, including the free additional pick, over on Proline TV. And that's all you had to do was click that little button over on this. And if you want, for some reason, I don't know, you just can't see it, well, just open this up, the more button. And when you've opened the more button, it becomes a lot more easier to understand where all these links are, including, if you want to follow Chad and if you want, or any other trainer to purchase sheets at the Ragazine Sheets, there's the link there. If you want to go, of course, to check out John at John Sheets, you just click that and look at this. There's John's website. So it's that simple. And if you have any questions at all after that demonstration, just please let me know in case I did not demonstrate it the way you wanted it to be demonstrated. So anyway, I hope that made some sense.
I think we should show that the next few weeks till people.
Absolutely. 100%.
And you make everyone's life a lot easier.
Yes. Let's get those, because the numbers are fine, but we want them in the hundreds. So let's go ahead and talk about this week. Actually, before we talk this week, last week, we had, of course, you saw there Aqueduct. And we had that first race, that eighth race, it was the New York Stallion Series races last week. And that first race, it was a really good duel in that one between the two, Sacrosanct, and the 9 National Identity, which was the long shot. By
the way, our top pick there was scratched. So.
Yep. So John's top pick, which was Man in Finance, was scratched. But John also had the 2 as part of his exactas, which was the favorite. And the favorite did hold off the 9. So anyway, it turned out to be a pretty decently paid exacta if you had it. Then all 17-1, that's pretty good for an exacta with the 2. All right, but in race number 9, you had the 12 horse winner, and that was your winner, right, John? Stone
yes.
Smuggler.
Yes, bet down to 5-2 or something like that. I don't know. Whatever.
It was 7-2 on the show. He was 5-2 at post time, and the thing that really did not work out for us though was the fact that I had the 10, and you, as a winner, you had the 10 on your exacta, and
we got split.
Yeah, he got beat at the end by a horse who had sheet numbers of 21 and 26.
Yeah, and by the way, the 10 got a bad ride. He should have got second. He ducked to the rail. Otherwise, he would have gotten second, but that's life.
Yep. So anyway, still, winner is a winner. The exacta would have been better, but it is what it is. Like you said, it's life. And we hope everybody made out either way. Okay, let's get rid of that. All right, now let's go ahead and talk about this week's races. And they're going to be at Gulfstream. So we've talked Gulfstream in a while, probably since the Derby run of 2024. So we're back at Gulfstream Park, and this is even though we're not into 2025 yet, but still, sooner or later we're going to do some 2-year-old races from Gulfstream. Or no, I guess not, right?
No, no, there'll be 3. Everyone celebrates a birthday January 1st. The championship meet just started on Thanksgiving, so that was like less than a month away. So they just really basically started their winter championship meet. So the racing's going to pick up. They're going to have the Fountain of Youth. They're going to have the Florida Derby. They're going to have the Pegasus. So we will be revisiting Gulfstream quite a bit in the next few months.
And also we want a program note. Very, very important. Next week, we are going to be airing our show, hopefully Tuesday, if not Wednesday. Yes, we said this last week. Give us applause because we might work on Christmas. But we're going to try to do Tuesday. The reason is because we're going to be handicapping races on a Thursday at Santa Anita. So how about that? Those are some really good races.
Opening day, 5 stake races, so we have plenty to choose from, and it's the biggest day of the year in Santa Anita, opening day every year. So let's take advantage of it and give something to the players as well.
So I hope, and that'll be right after the day after Thanksgiving. So everybody's probably still.
Christmas. Thanksgiving was last month.
Oh yeah, Christmas. So everybody will be enjoying their day after Christmas, and this will give them an opportunity to turn on YouTube and boom, hey, I've got some racing and some handicapping, and actually you'll have the show to watch on Christmas if you like. And then, of course, you can watch the races on Christmas, the day after on the 26th. All right, but that's next week, so don't forget it. And that's why you want to subscribe, okay? Because you don't want to come up onto the channel and then turn it on Thursday and go, or Friday and go, what happened to my show? Why is it on Tuesday this week? Well, the subscribing really helps to remind you whenever a show is available. Okay, so here we go. Let's start with race number 9, John, and we're going to do 9 and 11. The one we're not going to do as far as the graded stakes races is race 10. That's the grade 2 Fort Lauderdale. But race 9 is Harlan's Holiday, a grade 3. And this one's 3-year-olds and up. And the morning line favorites are basically the 1 and the 2. The 6 is also up there at 4-1. But the Tuscan Sky number 1 and Tumbarumba, the 8-5 shot number 2. And the thing I just noticed between these two, John, as we could start going through the field here, is that Tuscan Sky, yes, does have a single digit. That was on a sloppy track. But the 2, look at just those sheet numbers there. 5 of the last 6, actually 6 of the last 7 were all single digits, including 2 6s. I think that's a big enough deal for me that if I'm choosing between the 1 and the 2, I have to take the 2, right?
Absolutely. The 2's only bad race was on a wet track, 2 starts back. The 6 that he ran early this year in second start of the year, and the 9, his first start of the year, were around 1 turn. You know, the race at Del Mar, a mile is 2 turns, but he's back to stretching out to a mile and a 16th today. You know, he certainly should run the 8. The only problem with him is that he's the 8-5 morning line favorite. That's why I went to a different horse in the race. I went to the 6 Steel Sunshine. That's going to be my top pick. I mean, I'm getting 4-1, and this horse is just as fast or faster than Tumbarumba. He's got a 7 and an 8 earlier this year, both of them at Gulfstream. Actually, he has 2 8s and a 7 at Gulfstream. Last year, he ran a 7 at Gulfstream. This is a fast horse. You're getting 4-1. He's the longest price out of the 3 horses that have a chance, and that's why I went to this horse.
Yeah, there really isn't a whole lot of difference between the 2 and the 6, but like you said, the odds.
There is a difference, the odds, and that's what it's about.
So if the odds, let me ask you, if they change and your viewers are taking a look at the odds and it's Saturday, and let's say they're equal, or let's say the 4 has inched a little above the 2, what would you think there?
Now, well, if they're at equal odds, I guess I would go with the 2 Tumbarumba. However, I mean, you know, Tumbarumba is going to be the favorite. He ran 4th in the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile last time out, so he ran against better horses. The 6 is coming out of an optional claiming race. He did run in the Stephen Foster and the Ali Sheba 2 and 3 starts back. Both of those are graded stakes. I gave, again, the slight edge to the 6 because he's going to be a longer price. There's no question about it.
Okay, so and by the way, Tuscan Sky, once again, we talked about the fact only one single digit sheet did race in the Wood and the Haskell, but it's almost like Tuscan Sky is just not ready for prime time. I don't know, maybe it's going to the track and there's a lot going on, but the fact is, whenever Tuscan Sky is in those big races, it doesn't seem to perform very well. He has 16 and a 21.
Yeah, he's a notch below. He's a 3-year-old. Obviously, he's a lot to get better. He turns 4 in 2 weeks, like the rest of them all, but he's got 6 lifetime starts. Take nothing away from him. He's 3 for 3. The interesting thing is he's never run at Gulfstream in the past, so that could be a question. It's Pletcher who always does well there. He's getting Johnny V back to ride. He rode him last time out. But, I mean, you got to be crazy to bet the 1 over the 6. I don't see it. And, again, the trainer of the 6 is having the best year of his career, Bobby DeBona. So all systems go for me here with the 6.
Any particular reason why there's a rider change with the 6?
Well, Paco Lopez is served well. He was suspended indefinitely. He was involved in that incident at Parks a few weeks ago when the horse was bearing out and he hit him. And it was all over social media that he abused the horse. He didn't abuse the horse. The horse was bearing out. He shouldn't have done what he did. It looked stupid and it was bad because everything these days is on camera. So to make a decision like he made was not very smart. He's taking some time off, and that's why you're getting the jockey change. Paco Lopez is not riding.
All right, let's go through the rest of the field. Cape Trafalgar, the 3 is a 6-1 shot with Red Ortiz Jr. on board. The first of 3 for Saffie Joseph in this race. This horse is 5 for 5 in the money at Gulfstream with a couple of wins. Coming off an 11, does have an 8 in May at Gulfstream, which was his last visit to Gulfstream Park in that 7 furlong race. Has an 8 and a 9 last summer. 2 wins in the last 3, 6-1. The 3. What do you think about the 3?
The problem with the 3 is I know it's Ortiz and everything he's getting on is getting bet, and it's Saffie Joseph. But that being said, the problem with the 3 is the distance. He's only been this distance once in his life. He didn't run well. He's a 5-year-old. I think the distance is the problem, and he's going to be 6-1 or less. And at that price, I think you could probably do better.
I'm going to put in actually, I'm going to try to make some money with these next 2. The 4 and the 5. The 4 is Digital Ops. And I like the fact that, again, this is Saffie Joseph, but Dylan Davis has been on this horse twice, and he's won both times. Saffie Joseph coming in off of Chad Brown. You never want to be taking the horse away from Chad Brown the first time, but Saffie Joseph is still a quality trainer. The horse is going in the right way, 12, 15, 22, then had a bad race, came back with a 15. He's going to need an all-time top, no question about it. That's the thing. He's about 3 away as far as the sheet numbers are concerned, but he is 10-1.
Yeah, but he's never run a single digit. He's going to be overbet because it's Saffie Joseph. I don't like this.
Well, if he's under 10-1, then that's different. But
okay,
if he's 10-1, I'm fine. If
you're looking for a price horse, why not the 5?
That's what I said. 4 and 5.
Already ran a 10. Okay.
Yeah, those are the 2 I'm going to put in my exactas. And yeah, because look at why do you think this horse is 30-1 with 10, 11, 8 in his last 3?
Because he's coming out of much cheaper races. This is the first time. Well, I guess he's ran at Woodbine in a $400,000 stake race, but for the most part, he's been running in cheaper races, optional claiming races. Okay. I don't know. I think you have better options, but 30-1, you 30 don't have questions. You throw them in. That's
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's not 15 or 10-1.
No.
And then the 7 Rocket Can has seen better days. Unfortunately, he ran that 6 in July of this year, and since then, even though he got the 9 a couple of starts later, you expected, all right, that's a good sign, but no. After that 9, even he went to an 11, and then something happened the last race.
Well, he had trouble in that race, and he also came off of LASIK. So it was either the LASIK or the trouble. In either case, he, like you said, he's just not quite good enough, and he's not the same horse he was earlier in the year.
Okay. I mean, it's 10-1 though. I mean, that's a good number. Holy Bull winner last year. And if we take a line through the 25, yeah, I mean, he hasn't really had a bad race.
You could excuse the 25 unless he bled in that race because he did have trouble. But again, it was his only race without LASIK out of his last 7 races. It's more probably the no Lasix than the trouble, in my opinion.
And that's the same thing in this race.
Correct.
Okay. So, all right. And then the 8 is a 15-1 shot that looks way too slow. He's got 8s in 2022, but forget it. Ever since then, I don't know what's going on with this horse.
I don't think so.
All right. So, John, you've got the 4 is your top, 6, excuse me.
Steel Sunshine over the 1, 2, and 5. 6 over the 1, 2, and 5.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead with the 2, and I'm going to do 2 with the 4 and the 5. So there you go. Race number 9. And that, again, is the Harlan's Holiday Stakes at Gulfstream. We're going to skip over the Fort Lauderdale Stakes. And bottom line is that race just didn't look very appealing. And you think the favorite's probably going to win, right?
I think Win for the Money is going to be tough in that spot.
Yeah. He's got the best numbers. None of the other horses in this field has got the single-digit consistency as the 5. So, and it's only 9 horses in the field. So we decided instead, let's go with the 11th, the Suwannee River Stakes, a Grade 3, filly and mares, 3-year-olds and up, because this one is completely wide open, and you've got 12 horses in the field. So heck, even if a horse or 2 scratches, we're still looking good. But wow. I mean, when you get a 12-horse field in a graded stakes race, when the morning line favorite is 4-1, you got some good opportunities to make some money here, John.
No question. It's a terrific betting race, and there are some horses that I think are a little better than the rest of them, but this is a terrific race, and it's a terrific betting race.
The 1 is the favorite, Ocean Club. And look at the sheet numbers. You're talking about a horse that is in his last 4 races on turf. Again, this is a turf race. The last 4 turf races, 13, 12, 11, and then 13 last time out in a Grade 3 win at Aqueduct in September.
I don't like this horse at all. I don't believe she'll be the favorite. I mean, last time out she went off the favorite in the Noble Damsel at Aqueduct, but I don't think she'll be the favorite Saturday. And if she is, more of a reason not to play her. I think you have better options at longer prices.
Hollywood Walk is a 20-1 shot, but Hollywood Walk, the last 2 races, 13 and 15.
And those are all sprint races. They're stretching out to a mile. She's been a distance once in her life. I don't want her.
The 3 is a 15-1 shot, and all we have on the sheet numbers are the last 3 races of the 3 in France, which was 20, 20, and 12.
Yeah, I'm unfamiliar with the training, to be honest with you. It's not like she made a lot of money. She only earned $90,000, so I don't particularly like her in this spot.
And then the 4 is Papilio, and this horse is the one ridden by Castellano, a 15-1 shot. And the last 4 races, the numbers are 12, 13, 14, and 13.
A lot like a lot of other horses in the race. There are clearly faster horses. I understand she's 15-1. If you want to play her, you can. But I think, again, you have much, much better options.
The 5 is a 30-1 shot who just looks really slow.
No shot.
All right. So you see, we're just halfway through the field already. And we still haven't decided we haven't picked that horse we like yet. All right. Now, the 6, here's a horse that I think might be worth a shot, and that's Charlie's Wish. The trainer's doing well this meet, and actually we've been a long meet. Anyway, 15 out of 19 in the money. And I get it that he hasn't had a lot of races on turf, but the 2 turf races, one of them is a 10, and that's in March. And in his last 4 races, they've actually, even though it's not turf, it's been 11s and 10s, which is actually not bad for a 15-1 shot.
I was going to make him my top choice, but I switched to a different horse. This horse is very live here. The price is really enticing. The horse has 19 lifetime starts, 5 wins, 6 seconds, and 4/3, so always shows up, never runs a bad race. 0 for 2 at Gulfstream, 0 for 1 at the distance, but I'm definitely using this horse. It's an improving 4-year-old.
All right, the 7 is Be Your Best. This is the 3rd race when Safi Joseph took over. And in the 2nd race, he went wire to wire last time out at Aqueduct running at 11. Last time he ran at 11 was in December in a Grade 1 race at Santa Anita. It's a 6-1 shot. The rider's off is having a good meet. So this one's intriguing.
I was using this horse as one of my exacta hookups with the horse and the king.
Okay. The 8 is Saffron Moon, and I'm sure this horse is going to get bet because she got Brown and Gaffleone, and that's impressive. Also, 2 wins out of 3 at this distance. No races at Gulfstream, but does have a 9 at Keeneland. That was in October. But other than the 9, all we have are 12s and 14s.
The problem with this horse is it's Chad Brown and Tyler Gaffleone, so they're going to take money. I don't want this horse at a short price. Problem I have with this horse is obviously she has physical problems. She ran 3 times as a 2-year-old, twice as a 3-year-old, 3 times as a 4-year-old, and it took her all this time to only make her second start as a 5-year-old. So she doesn't show up at the races often, and at a short price, that makes her extremely vulnerable.
Yeah, and she's look at that, and for the last 5 races, she's gone off as the favorite.
She's a money burner.
The 9 is Golden Hostess, and you get a good combo there of Most and Velasquez at 8-1. Unfortunately, all you have, as we have, are the 2 13s here in the United States, and this horse has never won 0 for 6 at this distance.
Right, you nailed it. All the reasons not to play her.
The 10 is a 12-1 shot. Again, another Safi Joseph trained horse. You've got a horse, though, sheet number wise, that's just been 13s and 12s. A lot of 13s.
No good.
All right, the 11. This is the one that I think might be the play. You got Breath Away at 5-1. I don't want it much lower than that, but 5-1 is nice. You got Dylan Davis. You got Clement. That's cool. You got a good horse. You got the good numbers at the distance, good numbers at Gulfstream, 10 of 12 all time. And the horse just keeps running in the money all the time. And, of course, most importantly, at least in the last 3 races, we do have an 11 and we have a 10. And in this field, that's as good as we've seen.
The line is terrific on this horse if you're looking at sheets. She ran a 12 top last year. This year, she ran 13, 12, 11, all in the right direction. Then she bounced at Aqueduct, but came right back to the 10 last time out. This is my top pick. I don't like the post position, but I love the line on the sheets on this horse. Very powerful, and this is my top selection.
Yeah, it's probably the way I'm going as well. And then the 12 is Bless My Stars. Irad Ortiz Jr. combo with Todd Pletcher. Unfortunately, we don't have any data on this horse.
Well, she's coming from Italy or wherever the hell she's coming from. The only reason I'm considering using this horse is simply because of the connections. It's Ortiz, it's Pletcher. Listen, the horse didn't really make much money, but the owner, they have good horses and they spend money, so they probably spent a lot of money on this horse. So for that reason, I'm including her. So I like the 11 clearly the best. With Exact is with the 6 Charlie's Wish, the 7 Be Your Best, and the 12 Bless My Stars. 11 with 6, 7, and 12. Come back, reverse them as well.
Cannot argue with that at all. And I could just drop the mic after that one. All right. So there is the 2 races that are available here on Horsepower PSN. Now, we are going to say goodbye here. Hopefully, I won't have to keep saying this, but once we start seeing some activity, then I won't have to keep saying this. So we're going to be saying goodbye, though, here. Make sure to, again, link in the description. Head on over to Proline TV because Jon has a free pick coming up here, and it's going to be right here, of course, at Gulfstream Park. So for everybody else here at Horsepower PSN, don't forget, we'll see you hopefully on Tuesday, no later than Christmas. So,
correct. Thank you. Happy holidays to everybody.
Yes. Okay, now let's conclude this, Jon. Let's conclude this show with race number, what is it, race number 6 you have?
Race 8, I thought you
8,
wanted.
race 8, and this is a 5 furlong turf race. It's a purse of 140. What do you like here?
I like the 1 horse at the price, Macedo. This horse has never gone backwards, on the improve, getting better with each start. The problem is breaking from the rail without any real speed. But at 12-1 on the morning line, this is the right horse to be king. Let's play Exact is with the 4, Reef Runner, the 7, that's right, and the 10, Arzak. 1 with the 4, 7, 10, come back, reverse them as well.
Yeah, what you also like about the horse this year in the 3 races, 11, then a 10, then an 8, which is the last race that this horse ran, which was on turf. The other 2 were synthetic. So this one on turf, coming off a win, and you're getting 12-1.
Bullseye.
So, there you go, Jon. That sounds like a winner. or at least
It's the right play.
It's a good play.
Right,
It's whatever you want to call it. All right. So anyway, Jon, appreciate it as always. We are more than likely going to be able to say Merry Christmas to everybody again next week, of course. So hopefully we'll be on Tuesday, if not Wednesday, and then we'll be broadcasting on Christmas. So Jon, appreciate it. Enjoy the week.
Thanks, Greg. I will talk to you on Monday or Tuesday and when we finalize what we're doing. Thank you, my friend. Stay safe and be well.
Sounds good.